Imagine stepping into an art gallery, your eyes drawn to a captivating painting. You are captivated by its beauty, but there's more to it than meets the eye. The painting speaks a silent language, the language of iconography. Iconography, in its simplest form, is the study of symbols in art. It's about deciphering the hidden meanings behind the objects, gestures, and even colors used by artists. Think of it as a visual code waiting to be cracked. In the realm of art, symbols are powerful tools. They add layers of meaning. They invite us to look beyond the surface and delve into the depths of an artist's mind. And nowhere is this truer than in Italian iconography. Italian iconography, particularly during the Renaissance, wasn't just about pretty pictures. It was about communicating complex ideas, often religious or moral, in a way that resonated with the viewer. It was a form of visual storytelling, rich in symbolism and allegory. Each symbol, each gesture, each color choice was deliberate, meant to convey a specific message or evoke a particular emotion. For instance, a simple flower in a painting might represent purity, while a stormy sky could symbolize turmoil or change. Understanding these symbols allows us to connect more deeply with the artwork, to see beyond the surface and appreciate the layers of meaning embedded within. It's like peeling back the layers of an onion, each layer revealing something new and profound. During the Renaissance, artists like Botticelli, Michelangelo, and Leonardo da Vinci mastered this language of symbols. Their works are filled with intricate details and hidden meanings that continue to captivate and intrigue us today. By studying these symbols, we gain insight into the cultural, religious, and philosophical contexts of the time. We learn about the values, beliefs, and ideas that shaped the world of the artists and their patrons, and in doing so, we enrich our own understanding and appreciation of art. So next time you find yourself in an art gallery, take a moment to look beyond the surface. Consider the symbols, the colors, the gestures. Try to decipher the hidden messages and stories. You might just find that the painting speaks to you in a way you never imagined. Unveiling the language of symbols opens up a whole new world of understanding and connection with art. It's a journey worth taking, one that enriches our experience and deepens our appreciation for the beauty and complexity of art. So let's embark on this journey together and unveil the language of symbols in art. The story of Italian iconography is a tale woven through centuries. It is a rich tapestry that reflects the cultural, religious, and social changes that have shaped Italy over time. From the early days of the medieval period, where art was deeply intertwined with religious devotion, to the flourishing creativity of the Renaissance and the dramatic flair of the Baroque, each era has left an indelible mark on the visual language of Italy. It's a journey that takes us from the somber hues of the medieval period to the dramatic dynamism of the Baroque. Each period brought with it a unique set of aesthetics and techniques reflecting the evolving tastes and values of society. In the medieval era, Italian iconography was heavily influenced by Byzantine art. This influence is evident in the use of gold and the stylized, almost otherworldly figures that populate the mosaics and frescoes of the time. Think of mosaics shimmering with gold, depicting stylized figures of saints and biblical scenes. These artworks were not just decorative, they were meant to convey religious stories and inspire devotion among the faithful. These images weren't meant to be realistic, but rather to evoke a sense of spiritual awe. The use of gold and the stylized forms were intended to create a heavenly, otherworldly atmosphere, transporting the viewer into a divine realm. Then came the Renaissance, a period of rebirth and renewed interest in classical art. This era marked a significant shift in artistic sensibilities, as artists began to look back to the art and philosophy of ancient Greece and Rome for inspiration. With it came a shift in artistic sensibilities. The rigid, symbolic forms of the medieval period gave way to a more naturalistic approach as artists sought to capture the beauty and complexity of the human experience. Artists like Giotto began to break free from the rigid conventions of the medieval style. They experimented with perspective, light and shadow, creating more lifelike and three-dimensional figures. They injected their works with naturalism, giving their figures a sense of volume and humanity. This was a radical departure from the flat, symbolic representations of the past, and it paved the way for the great masters of the High Renaissance. The Renaissance also saw a surge in patronage from wealthy families like the Medici. These patrons played a crucial role in the development of Italian art, providing the financial support that allowed artists to pursue their creative visions. This patronage allowed artists to explore new themes and techniques, further enriching the vocabulary of Italian iconography. The support of these patrons led to an explosion of creativity, resulting in some of the most iconic works of art in history. From the detailed anatomical studies of Leonardo da Vinci to the sublime beauty of Michelangelo's sculptures, the Renaissance was a period of unparalleled artistic achievement. As we move into the Baroque period, we see a shift towards even more dramatic and emotional expressions in art. The Baroque style is characterized by its use of intense light and shadow, dynamic compositions, and a heightened sense of movement and drama. Artists like Caravaggio pushed the boundaries of realism and emotion, using techniques like chiaroscuro to create striking contrasts between light and dark. This period was marked by a sense of theatricality as artists sought to engage and move their viewers on a deeply emotional level. The Baroque period also saw the rise of grand, ornate architecture and elaborate church interiors designed to inspire awe and wonder. These spaces were filled with intricate details and dramatic artworks, creating an immersive experience for the viewer. The evolution of Italian iconography is a testament to the enduring power of art to reflect and shape the human experience. Each period brought new ideas and innovations, building on the foundations of the past while pushing the boundaries of what art could be. From the spiritual devotion of the medieval period to the humanism of the Renaissance and the emotional intensity of the Baroque, Italian art has continually evolved, leaving a rich legacy that continues to inspire and captivate us today. Religion was the lifeblood of Italian art for centuries. It's no surprise, then, that religious themes dominate Italian iconography. From the serene image of the Madonna and Child to the dramatic depiction of the crucifixion, these themes resonated deeply with the people of the time. One of the most enduring images in Italian iconography is that of the Virgin Mary, often depicted in flowing blue robes, a symbol of her purity. She represents compassion and motherly love. Her image, often holding the infant Jesus, was a source of comfort and hope for the faithful. But Italian iconography wasn't limited to portraying just the Virgin Mary. Saints, martyrs, and biblical scenes were all part of the rich tapestry of religious art. Each figure, each scene, carried layers of meaning often linked to their lives and deeds. Section 4. Whispers of Faith, decoding the symbols of Italian iconography. To truly appreciate Italian iconography, one must learn to read its symbolic language. Objects, colors, even the position of figures, everything holds meaning. Take, for instance, the color red. In religious art, red often signifies Christ's sacrifice and the blood he shed for humanity, but it can also symbolize martyrdom, as seen in depictions of saints who died for their faith. Animals, too, play a significant role in Italian iconography. The lamb, for example, is a common symbol for Christ, representing his innocence and sacrifice. The dove often represents the Holy Spirit, while the peacock, with its magnificent plumage, can symbolize immortality and resurrection. Understanding these symbols unlocks a deeper level of meaning in Italian art. It allows us to appreciate the thought and intentionality that artists poured into their work. Section 5. The enduring allure of biblical narratives. The Bible, with its dramatic tales of faith, sacrifice, and redemption, provided fertile ground for Italian artists. These stories, rich in human emotion and divine intervention, offered a vast canvas for artistic expression. The narratives were not just religious texts, but were seen as a source of inspiration that transcended the spiritual realm, influencing culture, art, and society at large. From the Annunciation to the Last Judgment, biblical scenes were brought to life in vibrant detail. Artists like Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Raphael used their immense talents to depict these stories with a level of realism and emotional depth that had never been seen before. Their works were not just paintings, but visual sermons that communicated complex theological ideas to a largely illiterate population. One of the most frequently depicted scenes is the Annunciation, the moment when the angel Gabriel appears to Mary to announce that she will give birth to the Son of God. This event, captured in countless works of art, symbolizes the intersection of the divine and the human, a moment of profound spiritual significance. This scene, often filled with symbolic elements like lilies representing purity and doves, the Holy Spirit, captures the momentous event with a sense of awe and wonder. The use of these symbols help convey deeper meanings and theological concepts, making the stories accessible to everyone, regardless of their level of education. But Italian artists didn't shy away from the darker aspects of the biblical narrative either. They delved into the more somber and tragic elements, exploring themes of suffering, sacrifice, and redemption. These darker scenes provided a stark contrast to the more uplifting moments, offering a balanced portrayal of the human condition. The crucifixion, a subject fraught with emotion, is depicted with raw intensity in countless paintings and sculptures. Artists like Caravaggio brought a new level of realism and emotional depth to these scenes, capturing the agony and despair of Christ's final moments. These works are not just depictions of a historical event, but are powerful meditations on the themes of suffering and redemption. These works serve as powerful reminders of Christ's sacrifice and the weight of human sin. They invite viewers to reflect on their own lives and the moral and spiritual lessons that these stories convey. Through their art, these Italian masters have ensured that the biblical narratives continue to resonate with audiences, offering timeless insights into the human experience.